Okay, so welcome back. Now I'm going to do another application type problem. So I'm going to read it to you and then we'll write the information on the board. Okay? So it says, find the total resistance in a parallel DC direct current circuit with 3 branches rated at 4 ohms. So that's the resistance, okay, for each. So ohms is a measurement of resistance, okay? So the 3 branches are rated at 4 ohms, 10 ohms, and 20 ohms respectively, okay? Solve the following equation by clearing the fractions first. Okay, so here's the equation. So 1 over the resistance, right? So 1 over the total resistance, that's what we want, is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of all 3 resistances. So it's going to be 1 over 4 plus 1 over 10 plus 1 over 20. So you don't need to know that. They give us that equation. Okay? So we want to solve for R. Well, so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply through first to get rid of the equations. Now we could, remember I've done this before in other problems, where we get a common denominator, right? And we just add the fractions and then use the other properties and yada 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 and solve, right? But let's just clear all of the denominators to begin with. So I'm going to multiply everything by the least common multiple. So what is the least common multiple here? So the least common multiple, again, is the smallest number that is a multiple of 4, 10, and 20. Now, since 20 is the largest one, that's the one that's going to control everything, okay? So is 4 divided by 20? Yes. Is 10 divided by 20? Yeah. Let me say that again. Is 20 divided by 4? Yes. So 20 is a multiple of 4. Is 20 divided by 10? Yes. So 20 is a multiple of 10. So, and 20 is obviously a multiple of itself. Okay? So guess what? The LCM is 20. Okay, now, I'm going to multiply everything by 20. So that means if I do that, what do I get? I get 20 over R equals 20 over 4 plus 20 over 10 plus 20 over 20, right? And so now I'm going to simplify everything. So this is 20 over R equals 5 plus 2 plus 1. So that gives me 20 over R equals 8. And so now I'm going to multiply both sides by R, right? So I'm going to multiply this side by R and this side by R. So R divided by R is 1. And again, what can R not be? R cannot be 0. So the resistance can't be 0. Okay? So that's another thing to note. R cannot be 0 because R is also in the denominator. Okay? So now, R times 8 equals 20. So now what do we get? We get 8R equals 20. And of course we're going to divide both sides by 8. And we get R equals 20 over 8, or what? 5 halves. Okay? So, and again, these are ohms, right? So the resistance is ohms. So it's 2.5 ohms or 2.5 ohms or 5 halves ohms. Okay? So the resistance is 2.5 ohms. And that's it. And that's the exact answer. Okay. I'll see you next time. We'll do another example.